Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Fallout 1 with Ryan, also known as thelovebat. And so what we have found out, or I have found out here, is that you can use the F1 key to go ahead and bring out the Fallout Quick Help Guide, which can give you different sorts of hotkeys and stuff that maybe you wouldn't have known about because there's no options menu for it, so you have to use the F1 key in-game. But this will give you just a quick rundown of what all the functions of the game are and what all the hotkeys are, etc. And I found out that obviously you have the it's kind of odd that on the screen they have the F1 key for the help button on here, but you have to know that the F1 button brings up the help screen. So that's kind of ironic, or maybe it's not even ironic, but it's just an interesting little tidbit there. It's like, which came first, the chicken or the egg, right? But I found out that you use the enter key to end combat, and I assume that can also start up combat. I'll go ahead and try that here, see if it works. It does not. Alright, so I guess the way that you just start combat then is just doing this. If you want to go ahead and start combat just to see all the critters and stuff on the map. I was trying to figure it out before if I could do like a hotkey for that, but I guess you just go ahead and hit one of the attack buttons here and it'll bring up the sort of combat sort of screen for all the highlighters and stuff to see all the things on the map. So you can see like behind these walls and the buildings and stuff, you can see who's in there, who's in here, etc. So you can get the rundown of an area pretty well by doing that. But yeah, I just found out through the quick reference card that I have. Back when I purchased the game on Good Old Games, they had free extras of the game, and one of them was a quick reference card that says that using F1 brings up this little help menu right here. So you learn a new thing every day, it seems. Alrighty then. Well, the last time we left off, we were getting ready to go ahead and help the town of Shady Sands and going ahead and helping against the Radscorpion threat. And so we're going to go ahead and help these guys take out some Radscorpions after I get a good swig of water real quick. You gotta stay hydrated if you want to fight Radscorpions, everyone. In the desert, you gotta stay hydrated. Alright, now let's talk to Seth here, and also I forgot to mention, I did some off-screen exploring and I ended up finding a sledgehammer. I found a sledgehammer in one of the buildings on the eastern side of the map, just doing some off-screen exploring just to make sure I didn't miss anything, and to see if I could do any bartering with any random NPCs, and so I just found a sledgehammer. And it's pretty heavy, and has a pretty good strength requirement there. We won't be using it, but we might be able to sell it to someone later. Alright. Take me to the Radscorpion Caves, my friend. We have some Radscorpions to beat the crap out of. Are you sure you want me to give you directions to the Radscorpion Caves? I can't go, but I can show you the way, you coward. You're the captain of the guards, and you're not going to help me? Come on. I guess we'll just have to do all the dirty work ourselves. The cave mouth beckons you deeper into the lair of the Radscorpions. ... You see the bones of a large, two-headed cow. The poor Brahmin. Oh well. Alright, well now this is the... Oh, Ian's smoking a cigarette over there. That's a pretty... I guess that's nice flavor text kind of there, so to speak. We're going to go ahead and do this. The only reason I have the pistol equipped is just in case I want a ranged option for whatever reason. It's better to have it than not have it. And hopefully Ian doesn't shoot me in the back while I'm trying to punch these things in the face. And speaking of which, I am going to save the game just because I like doing that. I like to be a guy that plays it safe sometimes, but you know, you can't be too careful. Especially when you're dealing with Radscorpions that are huge, size of a man. Alright. Well, what are we going to find in here? Ah, there we go. See how big those things are? They are pretty big. Their tail can probably reach way above your head. So, yep, I don't think a flying machine would even help us out here. We have to go ahead and not get our asses kicked, I hope. Now, it's going to be pretty hard to shoot them, especially since we don't have small guns as an attack skill. So we're just going to have to wait for the Radscorpions to come to us and let Ian do a bit of the shooting for us. And so let's go a bit out of the way here so Ian doesn't shoot us in the back. Sometimes the companions in this game can be known to accidentally shoot you if you get in the way of their target. So you have to kind of strategically position yourselves to where he's not going to go ahead and whack you in the head with a gun. Or a bullet, more precisely. But as you can see, he's also very accurate, so it's good to have companions around, because they can be pretty handy with weapons. You just have to make sure that friendly fire doesn't catch you in the head, basically. We'll just wait for him to come. And Ian took care of everything, and that is glorious. What are you doing, Ian? Alright, he's coming towards me. Alrighty then. Well, it's very comforting that you care enough about me to come and protect me. But maybe you give me a bit of space. There we go. How's our inventory looking? 79 pounds. Yeah, our carry weight's good because we have a high strength, so I don't think we'll need to worry about that compared to most characters. Alright, now this is a situation where Ian might end up smacking us if we stand here, so we might be able to make one attack and get the hell out of dodge. Alright, so we got him for 2 hit points, and then we're going to just go out of the way here so that way we don't get shot in the head. And we're just going to go ahead and kind of get the Radscorpion to go this direction away from Ian. We want him to chase us. Never mind, he's dead, so no need. It's always nice when things die before they can come up and touch you. And, you know, get you with their stingers or with their claws. And it looks like we have something down there. Some ammunition. Excellent. I think I saw a Radscorpion down there. Oh, well, it's a smaller Radscorpion, so they're not quite as dangerous, but they can poison you. It's not the most dangerous thing in the world, but if you get poisoned more than once, I think that their effects do stack. So you don't want to have to deal with more than one poison at a time, otherwise your health can go down very quickly if you do not have like an antidote around. Alright, well, we're going to have to find a way to get this guy to come after us, that way Ian will start shooting him without hitting us. Alright, there we go. Yeah, it's not a bad idea to just let Ian shoot these guys instead of risking yourself getting caught in the crossfire or getting hit by the scorpions. Because Ian is pretty accurate when you're not getting in his way, so you just have to kind of be a bit careful. Not even sure why there's ammunition in a cave like this, but maybe someone else came to clear out the cave and then they got, you know, they maybe dropped a bit of ammo, or maybe they just got killed. I don't know. I mean, you see some corpses over here, so maybe that's kind of like people trying to clear out the Radscorpions and they just never came back. And I don't know what the heck that is, or what the heck that is. Weird graphical bug, ladies and gentlemen. Old games have that sometimes. I have no explanation for it. It's not a ghost, I swear. Let's see what else that we have in here. It might just be because it's at night. It might be because it's like nighttime or something like that, and it's just glitching out on us. Now, rocks are not very valuable, but we can get a couple of caps out of it if we go and trade them to random people back in Shady Sands. So we'll go ahead and give that a shot. So let's move over here and get out of Ian's way, and we'll just let the little Radscorpion come after us here. Come to Papa. And come to Papa he did, right straight to Radscorpion Afterlife, whatever it is. Let's see, oh, we have more ammunition over here. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and do the good old pickpocket trick to go ahead and give Ian some of our ammo here. Companions do use ammunition, so if they start running low on ammo, you have to give them more, so that way they can keep firing their guns. And you can also use them as a pack mule for things like these Radscorpion tails, which are kind of heavy. Let's take a look at them now, actually. The severed tail of a Radscorpion. It weighs 20 pounds, so if you have a lower strength, 20 pounds is quite a lot, especially if you have armor and weapons already to carry, and like lots of ammunition and yada yada yada. It can add up very quickly. So you don't want to go ahead and carry a whole lot if your strength can't handle it. With 8 strength, we're okay. But other characters, or if you have the small frame trait, which lowers your carry weight, then you might have to hand some of that stuff off to Ian there. Alright, we got some more audio glitches happening, or visual glitches going on here. Again, I have no idea why it's happening. Well, never mind, Ian. You're just in the way, like always. I'll do a little trick here to see if this works to get rid of the glitches, but I'm not sure if it'll work or not. But we'll see if it works. Give me a moment here. Let's get over here somewhere else. Let's go to the entrance of the cave here real quick. I'm going to save the game and see if it stops anything from glitching out on us. Normally I don't have glitches like this happen. It's the first time I've actually ever seen this one. But I'm going to see if this deals with the visual glitches here. It does. They are gone. I'm not sure if they'll come back if we go back down there, but I'm not going back down there to find out because I don't think that there's anything else to do down there. You can examine rocks and it'll just give you generic descriptions like before. Large pile of rocks. Sometimes you might, you study the rocks for a while, but they never move. Sometimes you'll get sort of witty descriptions like that based on the kinds of things that the writers like to put in there. The writers are kind of more of a witty style of writers. A large pile of rocks. They look indigenous to this region or area. The rock here looks very fragmented and will most likely crumble under extreme conditions. So I'm not sure if that means like if you use explosives then it'll cause like a cave-in or something like that. I mean, not that you would have explosives at this point in the game, but maybe. More rocks. You keep a close eye on these rocks in case they move to attack you. I mean, that's one thing that I love about the Fallout games is that, you know, they have the serious portions, but then they also have serious humor that you can only get from sort of witty writers that kind of have a good sense of humor, and they know when it's okay to kind of break the fourth wall for good funny. Alright, let's see, we're not really finding any Radscorpions over here just yet. Yeah, and the music, if you're playing this by yourself, just single player, then the music volume for me is down a little bit, so you can kind of hear it, but I don't want it to be too loud, otherwise it might conflict with my voice a little bit. But the music in this game is very good, and there's another visual glitch there again, so maybe it's just going to happen no matter what, but it's not a big deal, honestly. I can handle it. But yeah, the music in this game is very ambient, and it's very, very nice, very good. It's just a good all-around soundtrack that they have for these older games. It's very, very, very good. Because it's nice to have a soundtrack that can really set the mood, you know, it's kind of like, if you have an old orchestral kind of soundtrack. I think that Western RPGs, they tend to be very kind of thematic, ambient sort of music that you can listen to in the background, and it fits very well with the game, whereas maybe like more Japanese style RPGs, they have more catchy sorts of tunes. And both are good in their own way, but I think I really like Western RPGs and what they're able to do. Looks like he put his gun in and then he took it back out for some reason, but yeah, it works. And I take it, nope, it doesn't have anything there. Alright, so we gained a level here. And you get a sound effect to kind of notify you that you've gained the level. So yeah, we'll go ahead and check that out here. Exactly 1,000 experience points. Excellent. Alright, so you gain extra hit points when you level up. And that's based on your endurance. And you gain some extra hit points per level based on your endurance. And then strength gives you the extra starting hit points, but it doesn't give you extra hit points as you level up. It's like a one-time boost. So what are we going to improve here? Well, the 3 tag skills are the obvious picks. Speech is very important, and you'll definitely need a good speech skill to get by with conversations. This will do a little bit of lockpick. I guess we can raise Unarmed up a good bit just to make sure that we can hit things for sure, and we can take more aimed attacks. We haven't done that quite yet, but you can make aimed attacks in this game to go for particular body parts and things like that. I think that's probably good enough for Unarmed for now. We're hitting things pretty reliably. Maybe we'll just go that to get the speech up to 50%. I don't know if that's going to be a good threshold or not for any future conversations, but I don't know when we're going to get to level 3, so I'll just raise up speech a little bit since Unarmed is already pretty high for now. I think that's going to be it. So I don't know what's going on with these little ghost walls over here. It's nothing out of the ordinary according to the game, so it's just some kind of visual glitch that's going on there. Alright, let's get out of Ian's way here so that way he doesn't shoot us in the shoulder here. And it's not the worst idea to just have Ian handle a lot of this if you don't want to get into the face of these scorpions here, because he's a pretty accurate shot, and even if you have small guns tagged, you're still going to have a bit of a hard time hitting these guys in the dark. I'm just trying to go ahead and see here if... Alright, so there's a big scorpion there. It was pretty hard to see him, as you can see. I wouldn't have been able to see him without doing that. But yeah, it's something that my character would see that I don't see, so I don't mind doing that. And come on, you scorpion, come after me. There we go. He's got to turn around to see me first. Alright, so Ian's kind of in the range of this guy if the scorpion chooses to go after him, so I'm just going to go over here and hope that the scorpion goes after me instead of Ian, because I think that your companions can also get poisoned if they get hit by these attacks. So hopefully Ian doesn't get whacked. Alright. So even on the hardest combat difficulty, you can still do some good work here. Now, Radscorpions aren't really all that threatening if you can just pick them off like that. But if they manage to get in close and poison you, then it gets a bit annoying, because then it's going to take out a nice good chunk of your hit points. Let's see, do we have anything over here? A large pile of bleached animal bones. At least you think all the bones are animal. Well, it's a scary thought to imagine them all being human. Alright, some more bones over there. More rocks. And they never move, of course. And hopefully we don't have to deal with these little ghost walls showing up in future areas of the game. I don't know if that's just a weird visual glitch or if it's going to keep showing up. But hopefully it doesn't. Alright. Go to work, Ian. Do your thing. Alright, so he critically missed and was a big old idiot, so we're going to have to go ahead and kite a little bit more here. Just to make sure that we don't be in his range, we'll just do this. I think we should be able to get off one attack and then run away here. Alright, so we got him for 5 hit points. I don't think they should have enough action points to be able to take a swing at me here. And as you can see there, the Radscorpion was hitting the claw for 10 hit points, so that was Ian doing an aimed shot. We can also do an aimed shot if we want to, but it'll cost us 1 more action point for that. So you have a lower chance to hit these other areas of the body, but you have potential to do some nice extra damage there and have higher chance at critical hits or injuring limbs and stuff. So situationally attacking like the hands or feet, so to speak, for in this case a claw, tail, and legs and stuff. If you attack those, you can kind of cripple limbs to make it harder for them to move or to make it harder for them to use a weapon. Hitting them in the head and the eyes can knock them unconscious or blind them and make it hard for them to see, etc. And then if you are attacking a human, like a human dude or whatever, you can attack them in the groin and get them a low blow and knock them on the ground because of the pain. So that's also an underhanded tactic, but a very effective one if you're in unarmed combat and just hitting them with physical attacks. And also guns seem to work for that too as well. So yeah, strategically later on, once you have a much higher chance to hit and have lots of points into your weapon skills, then you can take lots of aimed shots to go ahead and try and have some nasty things happen on those critical hits. And it also has flavor text for the critical hits. A serious wound is inflicted. And it also tends to give you some interesting flavor text also for gaining experience points. You know, each time you win a combat here, it usually tends to have some other sort of flavor text. You are victorious in combat for that one, and then if you go all the way back down here, for defeating your defeating your enemies. So the game also gives you different flavor text based on you know, gaining experience points, which is cool in combat. Alright, well, Ian is right in our path there, or we're right in Ian's path to shoot that guy, so we're going to go over this way. So that's not going to happen. And we're just going to wait for the Radscorpion to come to us. Ian should have plenty of ammo. We gave him plenty of ammo to work with over there, so this should not be a problem. And normally I would go in there, try and get some more hits off, but again, you just don't want to get in Ian's way when he's shooting off stuff. Discretion is the better part of valor, as they say, so I just don't want to get in Ian's warpath here. Now, it's a good thing that Ian isn't going... it's a very good thing that Ian isn't going first before me, because otherwise he would probably line me up to try and hit the Scorpion there. But honestly, that's the best thing for you to do, because you have to conserve your health and make sure that you don't die. So avoiding friendly fire is a good thing. Alright, nothing on the smaller ones again. Got some more bigger Radscorpions over there. It also kind of makes you wonder too, how incompetent do the guards have to be if they can't defeat these Radscorpions? But just me and Ian are doing pretty good work against these guys. Alright, well, I missed. Let's get out of there. Yeah, and I guess it's kind of telling too that Seth was a big enough pansy to not even come into the cave with us. He just shows us the way and lets us do all the work. We have another rock over there. It's kind of hard to tell which of these things are rocks that you can pick up and which ones aren't, but you just kind of look at the differences between the sprites or whatever, and you can kind of tell. You have another ghost wall going on over there, which is fine, I guess. Junk. A pile of junk parts, a little bit of everything, and it's got a good amount of weight to it. So I'm not exactly sure what you do with junk. I know you can just barter with it if you want to. I'm not sure if there are any intricate quests or anything like that that really use junk, like you can give it to a certain person who's like a junk dealer or something, but in any case, it's at least a little bit extra money to go around. And bartering. Alright, looks like we have a couple more rocks we can pick up over here and take back to town to sell for a bit of money because people will actually buy these things from us. I guess we don't have anything in there right now. Well, that's very weird. We get closer to this thing and it disappears. Feels like the game is trolling us at this point. Oh well. Maybe these glitches just make the game more entertaining. Alright, we have another case where Ian is probably going to shoot us in the back if we stay here, so I'm just going to go over in this direction. And annoyingly enough, it seems like going behind pillars like this do not make the background or make the foreground transparent, so it's a bit annoying, but not the biggest deal in the world. I just hope that there aren't any cool items that are sitting behind there that we can't see. So we're just kind of dividing and conquering here. We're just kind of picking off these Radscorpions one by one, and eventually they're all going to go down. You see a rock, and we have a lot of pet rocks in our inventory right now. And that one saw us from a pretty good distance away there, so I'm not going to bother to try going after him anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and sit next to Ian here. Hopefully he doesn't go to the left and then put us right in his path of fire. Just go back one more space to make sure that Ian doesn't do anything funky. And Ian got another critical hit there, very nice. Oh, and he hit the other one. Oh, yeah. So I don't think it said the damage they did, but sometimes if you miss an enemy, sometimes you end up hitting a different one that's in the sort of same general line of fire, and that can include friendly creatures. So, for example, if I was in between Ian and the Scorpion, or if I was behind the Scorpion down here somewhere, then he might have accidentally hit me if he misses his shot. I don't know if it's going to try going for Ian or not. I'm just going to go ahead and try this. We haven't really done all that much, so we have to do something to help out here. I miss. That's fine, I guess. And he takes out the big one anyway, so that's good. Let's get in a bit closer. And then if Ian misses both of these shots, and he doesn't, of course. Yeah, Ian has a bit of a bad reputation amongst some Fallout fans as being the sort of team killer NPC companion. But as long as you stay out of his way, he's going to do a good deal of damage there. You just have to kind of keep out of his way a little bit. In this kind of situation, you're not really having to deal with human enemies or enemies trying to flank you or shoot at you with guns, so you have to worry a bit more about Ian in these circumstances when they're basically just coming at you from one direction. So it's just staying out of the way of his gun. Okay. So thinks that Ian is a more threatening target, so we're going to go in here and see if we can finish him off. Got him! 6 hit points and was killed. 6 damage. Alright, I get some more. Alright, so now we're at our maximum weight capacity already. So even with our 8 strength, we can't carry any more of these scorpion tails. So we're going to have to do the good old pickpocket trick here. To oh damn it. Alright, well that's not bad. We'll just kill this guy too. It's not the worst thing in the world. So we'll just let Ian handle this again. Alright. Alright. And so we earned 500 experience points for protecting Shady Sands by killing all the Radscorpions. So we killed all the Radscorpions in the cave, which is very nice. See, oh yeah, I forgot. I gotta go ahead and give Ian. Before I was rudely interrupted, I was going to go ahead and give Ian some of these scorpion tails since they're so damn heavy. So they weigh 20 pounds each, so that's like 120 pounds of scorpion tails here. Okay. And I think that your companions also have a carry weight limit, so eventually you're not going to be able to give them any more because they can't carry anymore. But if you have multiple NPC companions, they can generally carry enough to where it's usually a non-factor. What do we have over here? More junk. Another rock. I may seem like a bit of a hoarder, but I mean, the rocks do sell for something, so there's nothing wrong with just kind of making use of what you can here. Kind of being a scavenger. Scavenger maybe to a bit of an extreme, but you know, in early parts of games you need all the money you can get, so I just kind of like doing that, whether I need to or not. Okay, and I wonder, is there anything in here? Yes, there is. There's a stim pack in there. It's always good to go ahead and examine areas that you think there might be something hidden away. Arrange a large pile of bleached bones. You cannot determine the species of the dead critters. Yeah, there's more of that going on there. Alright, so I think that's it for this cave. We already killed all the Radscorpions. I think that we got pretty much all the items that we're probably going to find in here. I looked pretty thoroughly through the different cave areas, so I think that we're pretty good there. So how are you looking, Ian? Let's see, yeah, I guess the combat tactics don't really matter. I think we'll just have to pickpocket the Radscorpion tails. Okay, so we have some different areas that we can go to over here. The entrance, the garden, the Brahma pen. Let's go to the garden here and see what's in that area. Alright, so this is just the farming area, so no big deal over here. And so I guess we can talk to Aradesh over here and see what he thinks of us beating up on those Radscorpions. I guess I'll put my weapons away because Seth was getting all pissy with me before about that, so I'll put those away. Alright. Okay, save our game because it's an important conversation here. No. I'll just go ahead and do the use every save slot method here. Gonna do it eventually anyway, so might as well. Alright, now let's talk to Aradesh here. And I adjusted the volume settings a little bit earlier off camera, just to maybe give their voice volume just a little bit higher, maybe have it about the same volume as my voice, since I'm generally not going to be talking while the voiceovers are going.
Things are much more settled now. Raslo has been working on a cure for the Radscorpion poison, and with that, we should be able to fight what's left of them.
Very nice.
Certainly. What do you wish to know?
Well, let's see. What can you tell me about? Let's see if he says anything different.
Junktown lies south of here, though certainly. What do you wish to know? Things are much more settled now. Raslo has been working on a cure.
Okay,
certainly.
same thing as before.
What do you wish to know?
Let's go ahead and say things bye for now. Maybe you might put the speech volume down just a little bit.
War never changes.
Hopefully that's at a good level. I think I might just stick with that for the rest of the playthrough, no matter what. Just keep it the same volume level. Alright. Take care of the itch on my face there. There we go. The way in the life of a Let's Player, sometimes you just have an itch you have to scratch. Like playing games, for example. Alright, so I guess... I don't think that we can talk to him right now. Yeah, we have to wait until it's daytime to talk to a lot of these people, so... I'm just going to go ahead and save the game here, so that way I can start talking to some of these guys. I'll go ahead and leave this first save game in case I want to come back and if I need to do some major backtracking for some reason. And then, let's see, we're going to go ahead and Pip-Boy. So this is where you can do resting, is with the Pip-Boy screen here. And it tells you how many days you have left to get the water chip that the Overseer wants you to get for the vaults before they run out of water. And this is like the date. This is the rest button. And you can rest for a certain amount of time. Based on your healing rate, you can heal hit points back. Rest until healed is basically just rest until all of your hit points are back. But usually you don't need to do that. Usually you can just do well enough just doing some of these options right here. Will morning be good enough for Raslo? Can I help you? Yes. What do you know about Radscorpions? Not too much. They seem to be extremely large versions of the North American emperor scorpion. Contrary to my medical knowledge, their poison has grown more potent, not diluted, as I would expect. Seth has been hunting them, which helps some of my tests. Alrighty. And how such a large creature can even be possible by natural evolution, or even radiation-induced mutation, is beyond me. Well, they are pretty big suckers, especially those giant Radscorpions. Oh, you seem well educated. What are you doing here? What brought you to Shady Sands? Doc Morbid and Junktown taught me some, and just because we live in stone huts does not mean we are less intelligent or educated. Have a nice day. Well, it doesn't seem like he likes us very much, but you don't have to like someone to be able to go ahead and, do good work with them. I have a sample of the Radscorpion poison. Can you do something with it? And let me see the sack. Yes, I can do something with this. Very good. Long, drawn-out cutscene of sorts. Not sure why it's taking so long. Maybe it's because I'm recording game footage here. Here, take this as a free sample. It seems to work well against Radscorpion stings, of course, but it shows much potential as a general anti-venom and poison cure. Oh, excellent. And we get 250 experience points for helping to make an antidote for Radscorpion venom. Excellent. So we can check our inventory, and there's an antidote right there. A bottle containing a home-brewed antidote for poison. A milky liquid with floating pieces of Radscorpion flesh. Yeah. Oh, that might make some people be like rattle in their bones a little bit, because you don't want to drink flesh, especially when it's a wild thing. I mean, yeah, maybe if you cook the Radscorpion, maybe you might be able to get something out of that, but yeah, I don't think you generally want flesh in your medicine. Let's see, we have some more Radscorpion things that we can do here. I don't know why it takes so long for this transition to go, but apparently it does. It might just be something with the recording software doing that, but I mean, we can bear it. And I think you can do this for all the Radscorpion tails, and it's pretty fruitful to do this because not only does the antidote weigh far less, but you're also going to be able to sell it for more, as well as being able to use it against, like if you're poisoned, then you can use the antidote to remove the poison levels that you have. So I hope everyone else that's watching is doing well out there. I'm just going to keep on doing this Radscorpion stuff here real quick, but while this is going on, I hope everyone out there with the worldwide health crisis is doing really well, both physically and with their mental health. I know how bad it can be sometimes to have to deal with, cases of, just struggling with things, the way that the world health crisis is going on with COVID and everything like that. But I feel your pain. I'm one of those guys where I can understand how a lot of people, they deal with things differently, and sometimes it's just hard to not be able to live life the way that you used to, or being able to socialize with everyone that you're used to being around, especially when it comes to family. Okay, it's already late for Raslo. Okay. So apparently making these antidotes takes a little bit of time. So it's already taken like a day or so for him to be able to do all that. But yeah, I hope that everyone in the worldwide health crisis with COVID and everything is doing alright, because, I mean, it's no joke, and a lot of people don't understand that sometimes people can really struggle in ways that others don't. So I'll go ahead and just go ahead and show you just how different that these things are. So you have an antidote here, which is $50 of value and weighs only 1 pound, and then you have Radscorpion tail is only $10 and it weighs like 20 pounds. So obviously getting these antidotes is a good deal here. And he does this for free. It takes a little bit of time, and time is of the essence in this game. You have to deal with getting the water chip in a certain amount of time, but generally it's usually just worth it to do this because it gives you extra money potential with the bartering, and in case you ever encounter another enemy that poisons you, then it might be helpful to have one or two of these sitting in your inventory. And then we're going to go ahead and pickpocket Ian here to get the rest of the scorpion tails. There we go. I'm just going to go ahead and talk to the wife here because I haven't talked to her yet. You look distraught. Are you in need of assistance? I'll just say I'm in need of healing. I guess I don't actually need healing because I have my hit points back now. But let's see what you have. You have 15. What can we sell you? We have rocks and junk. Junk sells for a surprisingly respectable $40. We can sell junk and get, a surprising amount of money for junk. But yeah, I guess this is just where you can sell the rocks here for small bits of money for people that don't have very much money, but every little bit helps and it just adds up. 15 here, 10 there, it'll kind of add up over time. And so, yeah, so it was 144 days a moment ago, and now it's 142. So it does take a bit of time to make these antidotes, and maybe in a power gaming sense it's not exactly the most fruitful thing to do in terms of time, but I'm doing it anyway. Yes, keep making me some of that good stuff, my friend. I'm going to take a quick swig of water here while I'm getting the anti-venom stuff going here. Alright, another free sample, very nice. And then once we're done with this, we're probably going to figure out if we're going to go, I think we're going to go maybe to Vault 15 first, since that was where we needed to look for a water chip, or at least information about a water chip. Katrina told us some things about the goings-on of Vault 15, and that things are very dark and very broken in there, so hopefully we're going to be able to get in there okay and find out what the heck happened there, and if we can find a water chip sometime soon. Alright, there we go. I think that's all of them. It is. Alright, we'll see if these other people have a different reaction to us now that we've taken care of the Radscorpions. Why are you so tired? I don't sleep well at night, my child. It must be my age. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I wish you well on your journey for sleep. And meanwhile, maybe this rock will help you sleep at night. There you go. Whatever can help you out, my friend. Let's see, and there's Tandy. I wonder if she'll say anything different now that we've taken care of the scorpions.
Hello again. What can I help you with now? Sure, I guess. I've never been out of here, so I don't know what help I can be. So, what you need?
So what's going on around here now that I've taken care of the scorpions?
Nothing much since you whomped those Radscorpions. Gee, I wish I could have seen that.
Oh, it was quite a sight. There was a lot of Ian shooting them in the face while I stood back and watched. Thank you. It's a good story, though. I would have gotten in their face a bit more, but I didn't want to become Ian's second target, so I apologize. So yep, I already traded with her to get her cash that she had on hand.
Well, thanks for talking. We don't get many strangers here, so it's always good to talk to new people. Well, see ya.
And see you too, Tandy. I will talk to you later, hopefully. Yeah, I don't think there's anywhere else for us to go exploring. I mean, I already talked to Aradesh over there. Maybe I can go back and talk to the elder that's over here in this area and see if they say anything any different after giving me that free equipment. That was very generous of them. Alright, well I already helped them, so I don't know if that's a bug dialogue or what. But yeah, I already took care of the Radscorpion problem. Does this guy have anything to trade with us? Let's see, he has some stim packs, he has a multi-tool there. He has... I'll just go ahead and get this skill book, because I can. And I think I probably have enough here to go ahead and trade for that. I want to go for the high weight stuff first, hopefully. See, I'm not going to need the knife because I'm not going to be using that. And then we'll go for some of the antidotes here. One away, so we can put a rock in. And so rocks can be somewhat helpful in these situations, so that way if you have a small value item, then if you need just a penny or two more in the deal, then you can just add in a rock and it'll kind of give you just enough value that you need, so you don't have to put in, like, say, an extra antidote and waste all the item value just to make the trade happen. So that's always nice. And we'll get rid of some of the junk and stuff that's taking up weight in our inventory there. I could get some stim packs, but I don't think that I'll need them. I already have a decent number of those. Multi-tool bit would be nice, but my repair skill isn't all that great, and we might end up finding one in the Vault 15, perhaps. So maybe if I return from Vault 15 and I haven't found some things, maybe I might end up coming back to this guy and buying one of those. I recall that there was someone in here in the back that was feeling kind of sick, I think. Oh yeah, I remember. This is probably Seth's brother that got attacked by Radscorpions when he went there to clear it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and save my game here and see what I can do for him. Let's see, let's put the antidote in our inventory here and see if we can use it on him. There we go! Over the next few minutes, the man shows definite improvement. You have gained a level. Another level. You earn 400 experience points for curing Jarvis of his poisoning. I had a feeling that might work, because I assumed that he went to the Radscorpion Caves and he got poisoned really bad, and now he's really sick and suffering there. Thank you so much for helping me. My name is Jarvis, and I'm Seth's younger brother. Please, if there's anything you need to know, just ask. Can you tell me more about your brother? Seth's a very good fighter. He's very determined, a little too much sometimes. Still, he's devoted to the welfare of our village. Well, I mean, I don't doubt that he might be a good fighter, but he didn't help us out against the Radscorpions. I figured he'd have a little bit more courage and come in with us to go ahead and take care of business in there. But who am I to doubt his own brother? So, just tell me a bit about the town. And, well, Shady Sands was founded by a great ancestor of our current leader, Aradesh. He could tell you more of the story. We have a well and irrigation, so we do well for ourselves. Well, I'm not sure if that's an intended pun or not, but a well and irrigation, and so we do well for ourselves. Let's see if he can barter anything as well. Now that we have him in dialogue, let's see. No, he's just resting, which is fine. I wonder if he says anything about people in these things. Aradesh. Alright, so he says the same thing as most townspeople. She is the daughter of Aradesh. Someday she could lead us, but she must learn to temper her ways. Well, she does seem a little bit like she wants to get out of here, and she was a bit brash, if that's the right word for it. She really wants to get out and see the world. She's very eager, I think is the right word. She's very eager to get out and learn about the world. But she might be rushing it a bit, perhaps. But you have to learn sometime. Yep, alright, so I guess we learned everything that we can here. Now that we've leveled up, I'm going to save the game before leveling up, because now that we are 3rd level, we can go ahead and gain what is called a perk. Here we are. Now, since we're only level 3, we don't have too many options to choose from here, but there are some decent options. Awareness, you learn more about things when you go and observe them with the observing icon on there, like in combat, for example. Now, there are a lot of people that say this is a really good perk, and it is a decent perk, but if you pay attention in the game, you probably won't end up needing this. Because, like, seriously wounded or lightly wounded, whatever, descriptions can give you a general idea of how close to dying a creature is, and how much damage that you've inflicted on them, and how wounded they are, etc. So if you just pay a little bit of attention, you can kind of tell some things about enemies, and things like weapon sprites, for example, can tell you, like, if it looks like a pistol, then it's probably a pistol. If it looks like an SMG, then it probably is an SMG. Though there are 1 or 2 pistols that might have an SMG sprite icon. But those are usually very uncommon. And then you have, like, rifles that look like rifles. Shotguns won't have as much range, so things like that you can kind of figure out. Burst fire weapons, for example, you can kind of figure that out. And some of the bigger guns with the big gun skills will have usually their own unique weapon sprites, and so you kind of already know what they're using. Energy weapons can kind of be similar. You already know if it's going to be like a laser or a plasma weapon by either the sprite or by what the shot looks like. With energy weapons, it can be like a red color or a green color shot. So awareness is a good perk, but you don't usually need it, especially if you're familiar with the game and you're playing it like a second time. Even for a first-time player, it's more of a convenience perk. But if you pay enough attention in the game, you don't really need it. So some of these other options, like Swift Learner, is generally useless because you don't really need bonus experience points. You can just do more quests and fight more enemies, and you can generally level up at some point. If there weren't a level cap or a strict time limit, then maybe you might get value out of this. But since there's both of those things, you don't ever want to take a perk like this. The whole point of gaining a perk is so you can get a special benefit that'll benefit you all the time, and Swift Learner doesn't really do all that much for you. Now, if there were a stat that gave you bonus experience points based on having the stat being higher, like it might be in some games, then that might be different. But using a perk slot to gain more experience points is not a good deal at all. Strong Back, that's the convenience perk, so it's not usually necessary. Same thing for Smooth Talker. Usually if you start off with Gifted, it gives you enough extra stat points to where you can have your intelligence high enough to do all the things in dialogue that you want. Maybe if you're playing a lower intelligence character, you might want this to give yourself potentially better options without without having to compromise other stats as much, like perception, perhaps, or luck, or something like that. Quick Pockets can be pretty useful later on, since you might want to use a bunch of stim packs to heal yourself in combat or something like that. And if you access your inventory, you can do as much in your inventory as you want for a single use of action points, which can be interesting. Faster healing. It's kind of useless. You don't really need healing rate. You're going to heal fast enough most of the time anyway. And what I'm going to be going with is bonus hand-to-hand damage, or H2H damage. Experience in unarmed combat has given you the edge when it comes to damage. You cost +2 points of damage with hand-to-hand and melee attacks for each level of this perk. That is quite good for our purposes, since we already have heavy-handed. Now we're going to be doing 9 melee damage, or 9 extra melee damage. It gives us more damage potential and lots of carnage. Alright. Now that speech about perks is over, and we'll be seeing more perks later on when we get to higher levels, we're going to go and raise some skills here. I like raising speech because that's just universally good in conversations, and the difficulty for succeeding in conversations are going to become higher skill checks to succeed. The game generally won't tell you what you need as far as speech to be able to succeed at an option. It's not like later Fallout games where it'll tell you or let you know exactly what skill is required or how much that you need in something to gain the option or succeed at it. So you just have to kind of go by your gut and how much speech that you think that you'll probably need. Alright, and then we'll go into some more lockpick there. And I just want to get unarmed up a bit here, so that way I can start making more aimed attacks. In case I want to hit someone in the head and try and knock them unconscious, maybe. We're not going to do as many critical hits because we have heavy-handed, but we are always going to do a good deal of damage there. So 9 melee damage, that's very, very good for this point in the game. Alright, I think that we're good there. Speech should be good enough. Lockpick, we'll have enough time to get that up later on when we're going to encounter more things that require that. And now we have a decent amount of hit points there. We started off with 35 at level 1, and now we're already up to 45 maximum hit points, which is pretty decent. Our endurance could be a bit higher, but we'd have to sacrifice skill points or stat points elsewhere. So I didn't want to lower my intelligence because I want to be able to get all the good dialogue options. Let's talk to Seth again here. Our entire town is grateful to you for destroying the Radscorpions. Thank you. What can I do for you? Yeah. Thanks to you, we're now safe from those Radscorpions. That's good to know. Alright, so he has some things here. We don't really need to do all that much. We can just get a couple of extra caps here for basically nothing. And I don't think that we'll be needing that ammunition because we already got a good deal of ammunition from the Elder. And we're not going to be using ranged weapons, so... Alright, we'll save the game here. And we're going to talk to Aradesh again because Seth's brother...
Greetings. What may I help you with this fine day?
He told us that Aradesh might be able to tell us more about the history of the town and about his ancestor or whatever. And maybe I missed this in conversation at some point before. But maybe talking to Seth's brother will help us unlock something here.
Shady Sands is much like a family, one that keeps to itself. The gardens are on the south side. The Brahma pens are north.
Okay.
We are small, and certainly. What do you wish to know? Junktown lies south. Certainly. What do you wish to know?
So I guess he's not going to tell us any more about the history of the town, even though even though Seth's brother told us that he might tell us more about it.
Shady Sands is much like a family.
Alright. Everyone's going to have a pet rock in this town, so always good. Alright, so I guess we've kind of exhausted our dialogue options of Aradesh there. And this is like our little quest list over here. You click on the status button here and it takes you to the status of each settlement. And you can get like an active quest list. Find the water chip for Vault 13. For Shady Sands, stop the Radscorpions, and we've already completed that and gotten all the experience points for that. So it'll be crossed off the list when you complete it. So yeah, I don't think that there's really much else for us to do other than maybe talk to people and see if there's anything that we might have been missing. Let's see if she has anything to barter for, and she does. Basically, this is just the quest for more spending money. I don't have my knife anymore, so I can't sell that. What can I sell? I'll keep the rope in just in case I need that. I don't know if I'm going to need that in Vault 15 or not. A lot of stuff is malfunctioning, so I don't know if the rope will be helpful there for anything, but I'll keep it just in case. Well, we can almost get ourselves a stim pack there, but not quite enough money there. Not sure if it's worth it to try and get that. I don't think we have enough rocks to do anything there, so we'll just go ahead and get a little bit of money for that. I don't think that we have any more dialogue to talk about here.
Hello
I don't
again.
know if...
What can I help you with now? Sure, I guess. I've never been out of here, so I don't know what help I can be. So, what you need? There's a bunch of cities down south, but since you're such a great traveler, no problem. Anything else? Yeah, it's okay, I guess. I mean, it is home and all, but it's so boring. Me? Leave? I wish. Sure, I
Yeah,
guess.
so this is the same
I've never been
stuff
out of
that
here,
she
so
was
I don't know
talking
what
about
help I can
before.
be. So, what you need? Just stuff.
Just
No
stuff.
problem. Anything else?
Alright. Alright, well I think it's time to go ahead and skip
Thanks for
town.
talking. We don't get many strangers here, so...
Yep, see ya. think that I've taken care of everything in here. So let's go ahead and equip ourselves again. Don't know if we want to use the hunting rifle. I think we'll just go ahead and save that for bartering later, since it's a high value item. Oh, and just go ahead and make sure I save the game here. So I think I've exhausted just about everything in Shady Sands, so I'll be leaving this area behind most likely, unless I want to come back and talk to anyone to do some trading. Alright, so I think that this right here is probably the raiders that they were talking about, that were southeast of here. So I don't want to go there, at least not for a while. I'm not very well equipped to deal with raiders. I think that Junktown and the hub, or whatever, they're going to be down here, I believe. And then, yeah, Junktown and the hub are going to be down there, and then Vault 15 is over there. Come, Ian, let us go. Traveling merchant and guards. Alright, so if you're the evil type, you can try fighting these guys if you really wanted to, but if these guys have guns, then you're not likely going to win a fight with them. Not many people brave the wastes alone. Who are you? I am Vonner, and I am not alone. I have a companion, Ian, who does not at all shoot me in the back. Error? What's error mean? Error? Something in error? Looks like we've come across another glitch, but sorts itself out. Well, at least we can still trade with this guy. He does have some money, ammunition if you're heavy on using the guns and firearms. I think I'm just going to sell this ammo and some of these. Actually make that all of those. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to get some extra money here. Offload some of the stuff that I'm not going to use. So yeah, that's probably just a little glitch there. Some of these old Fallout games do have some occasional bugs and stuff like that, but usually, at least with the Fallout Fixt compilation patch, it's usually not too bad, at least in my experience before. Okay, let's go this way around the mountain. Alright, let's go into Vault 15 here. And we've got a couple of Radscorpions out here. But they shouldn't be a problem. I don't know what Ian's doing trying to get into the Radscorpion's face, but we'll see how that strategy works out for him. It worked out plenty well for him because he just killed that sucker. Alright, we're going to get ourselves into a position here to go after the Radscorpion on the next turn. If he goes after Ian. And Ian was hit for a little bit of damage there, so we're going to come in here and see if we can finish off this guy. 95%, and he was hit for no damage. Well, that sucks. Some enemies do have like damage reduction modifiers and stuff, so they do resist damage sometimes if you don't do like an aimed attack to hit a weaker part of their body. Might as well go ahead and just take these. And I don't believe that Ian was poisoned when he got hit. Otherwise, he would probably be taking extra damage, and I think it would have said that he was poisoned when he got hit with the attack. Let's see, it looks like Ian is still doing okay on ammo there. I think we'll go ahead and keep the rope on us in case we need that for something. This is an old shack. It's barely standing and seems to have been looted long ago. So yeah, it looks like people love to loot in this kind of game world. Not saying it's not understandable, at least. Alright, so we're immediately greeted by Pig Rat. So it's just a different kind of rat. We've already become well versed in killing rats in the opening tutorial area, and now we just have to deal with bigger rats. And we have a lesser mole rat over there. Maybe we can go over here. Out of the way of Ian's gun. Trying to be able to get in here so that way I can get an attack off while still being able to run away a little bit. Squeak! Alright, so I get hit once, but that's fine. It's not too bad, to be honest. So yeah, rats aren't going to have anything on them. See if there's anything lying on the ground over here. Yeah, and this is one reason why I don't have always run on, is because sometimes you might accidentally get yourself into combat if you make like a misclick or something like that. Alright, should be able to... oh, well, we missed, even with 90%. Alright, that's much better. Yeah, at this point we should be able to make very quick work of these small little mouses and rats. In fact, I can probably just kill these guys myself. Yep. The damage is a bit widely ranging. You can do a little bit of damage, or you can do a really good amount of damage, but sometimes you just don't do a whole lot. There we go. Yep, we knocked that rat around and killed it good. But yeah, the music in this game, you can kind of hear it right now. It's very atmospheric. I really like the feeling that the game gives off with the music like this. It's kind of just so... it has a very good atmosphere to it. It kind of sets the scene for the game. Here we go, more rats, more dead rats. Oh, thank God Ian didn't shoot me. That's probably one of the few times where I've been in a situation where Ian could have just shot me by accident. Okay, we gotta be a little bit closer in there and see if we can hit him. There we go. One hit kills are always nice. Makes things quick and easy. And quick and easy is always good. This vault door is now just a heavy piece of scrap metal. I wonder what happened here. It looks like there's a big explosive that hit here or something like that. The mechanism is open and the mechanism to open and close the heavy vault door has been damaged beyond repair. Well, that sucks. So how do I want to do this here? Let's get over here. See if the rat will find us. It won't. I'm just trying to get in a bit closer here so that way I can actually hit the rat with at least one attack and be able to run away here if I miss or don't kill it. Just kind of trying to be a little bit careful here. We'll go ahead and save the game here so that way I don't have to replay too much of stuff in case I get unlucky and die here. Alright, now you might notice something in the background here. We have a locker. You might see some things that stand out in the background or the foreground sometimes, and this is one of those things where if it looks out of place, you can kind of go over here and be rudely interrupted by a rat while you're trying to open up a locker. There we go. Tail of the dead rat. Very good. And we have to open it up, back up again. And we get 6 flares. I mean, that's not too bad. That's about $200 worth of equipment right there that we can sell. You notice that there's a wall locker on the east wall, just like in your own vault. Well, I already noticed it, but it gives you some flavor text there. I'm not sure if that happens because you have a high enough stat like perception, but it goes ahead and tells you that it's there in case you didn't notice it yet. And it looks like we have some more flares over here on the ground. So I think they have flares here because it's a darker area, and having a flare out and throwing it can go ahead and help you out with shooting at enemies in the dark. It usually doesn't make too much of a big difference if you tag a weapon skill and then pump a bunch of points into it as far as darkness goes, but the option is always there, and if nothing else you can at least sell flares as much as you want. This computer is broken. And it looks like these this large mole rat noticed us. Well, let's see what we can do against this guy. Alright, I'm just going to wait for him to come to me. Just going to kind of play ring around the rosy with this guy right here, so that way I don't get hit by any attacks. Nice. Good job, Ian. So as you can see, sometimes I'm just playing as a decoy here, so that way Ian can go ahead and finish the job. There we we go. Okay, well, there's not much going on here, so I apologize for a bit of the silence on my end. Sometimes there's not a whole lot going on in the game that really needs speaking. Usually if you're killing rats, you're just killing rats, and that's the way it goes. Oddly enough, whenever your NPC companions are walking around, usually or I think almost all the time, they're not ever going to trigger like enemies and stuff like that to start attacking them. It's usually not until you come into the line of sight of an enemy or turn someone hostile that they'll start attacking your companions. Which is kind of weird, but I mean, it's an older game, you can kind of forgive some of the shortcomings that it has. Alright, well I had enough action points for an attack, but my armor saved me from taking any damage there. There we go, knocked around another rat really good, and made it take the dirt nap in a vault. Oh, I forgot there was another rat right there. Yeah, I don't know if that text description really means anything, but apparently I ended up having a rat critically hit me, and the bruise will look nice, and maybe the scars will make good party talk. So I don't know if it has any effect on the game, but it's a pretty interesting little flavor text tidbit there. So it likely wouldn't have done any damage or much damage at all if it did not critically hit me. So obviously when someone critically hits you and they deal only 3 damage, they weren't going to do much damage in the first place. Step aside, Ian. Thank you. Alright, well it doesn't seem there's much in here other than this locker over there. Alright, we got a first aid kit, and we got some more stim packs there, so our survivability is going up. We have some ways to heal ourselves. And you can also use stim packs and first aid kits on your companions as well if you're going to try and heal them from their damage. Another good time to save the game here. So what do we got going on over here? This elevator shaft cannot be descended without a rope. Well, it's a very good thing I kept along some rope then. Oops. I did not mean to do that. You successfully sling the rope onto and down the elevator shaft. Very good. Hopefully I don't need another rope, because I do not have a spare rope, I don't think. Yeah. And I don't think that Ian has one, he just has lots of ammunition. Well, there's another elevator shaft there, which I hope does not require me to have another thing of rope. I don't know, maybe I can take the rope that I have from this thing and take it back so I can use it on this elevator shaft. Come on, let's hit something. There we go. That's how it's done. Alright, well, I took care of that pig rat. I don't know, maybe I'll be lucky and I'll find some rope somewhere on this floor so that way I can take care of that other elevator shaft over there. I'm not quite sure. There we go. We're kind of at a point now at level 3 where we can kind of start to take care of some of these creatures ourselves instead of having Ian do all the work. So, a very bad condition bed. Alright, well, it's looking away from us. Come on, pig rat. You can do it. Alright, well, maybe I can sneak up on it then. We'll kind of creep along here, and then we're going to go and enter combat. Got him. Alright, well, it's dead, so crisis averted. So yeah, this vault that Gertrino's a part of is very, very abandoned, like she said. Nothing out of the ordinary with the toilet, other than the fact that it's broken. And looks like there may not really be anything in this room. Alright, and then I'm gonna wait for this. I guess the other rat's not gonna do anything. There we go. Ah, there we go. More dead rats. Taking care of this infestation pretty quick. Oh, I knocked it down, and it's now dead. Got that one. Alright, we got another pig rat here that's kind of crawling along the ground there. Alright, Ian with a bit of the combat banter there, seeing if the rats enjoy getting shot in the face. And hint, I don't think that they like getting shot in the face, but they will nonetheless because they are pests. Meant to end combat there first. Unless it has been looted, there should be an Uzi around here somewhere. I wonder if it's something like standard vault equipment or something like that. Maybe there's like some weird little sprite that I'm not picking, or that I'm not seeing on the ground here that I need to highlight and pick up. They said there's going to be an Uzi in the area, but I'm not sure if I'm seeing one right now. Well, it doesn't appear that I'm finding the Uzi. I assume that the Uzi is just like a submachine gun, which is basically like a burst fire sort of pistol. This is the Vault living quarters. It is a standard design from the time before the war. Interesting. Hopefully in that locker there or some other container here we'll have some rope for this other elevator shaft. Alright, got some more ammunition going on there. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking around here just to make sure that I'm not missing anything on the ground as far as items go. Alright, well I don't think there are any rats in this part of the floor. I'll have to go into the next room for that. Oh, well thank God there's some more rope in here. That is very, very good. I thought that I'd have to go all the way back to Shady Sands maybe to get some more. That would have been very, very bad. Surprisingly, I haven't come up against a locked container yet, so we'll see when we end up needing to use the lockpicking skill here. And maybe over there with the Uzi that was supposed to be there, maybe it only shows up if you have like a high enough luck or perception or something like that to be able to notice it or to look out and have it show up. Oh man, that rat moved pretty far to hit me. Alright, let's go in and kill the last of the rats. Okay, I don't think there are any more on this floor. Yeah. Yuck, whoever used this last did not flush. Well, that's gonna leave a big smell. I guess it's just you always need to remember to flush. And I mean, are we certain that there's not anything going on over here? I mean, the description box says that there should be an Uzi in this area, but I'm not finding one. I'm not finding like an SMG laying on the ground or anything like that. I don't know if I need to search the rocks here somewhere. I don't know, I guess the Uzi was probably already looted. It was looted in some way. Alright, let's save the game here before we go down to the next floor, which probably has some rat-themed horrors down there. There we are. Alright, we have a big mole rat that noticed us. Whew. I apologize if you can hear that on the mic, just having a bit of gas right now from dinner. Alright, he's getting a bit close to us, so we're going to kind of let Ian handle this for the most part. Alright, well that's it for no damage, even though it's a greater mole rat. Why do we not have... Oh, we don't have our brass knuckles out because I was stupid and I didn't re-equip them before after I went down the floor with the rope. Alrighty then. Well, that's my mistake. Sometimes you make mistakes, everyone. It happens to the best of us. There we are. Let's do that. Yep. We go from 1 to 11 to 2 to 14. So hopefully we can find something better than brass knuckles pretty soon, so that way we can kind of overcome some of the damage resistance that some of these enemies seem to have. Alright. Going on to a mighty quest, free our people from thirst. Free our people from the thirst of not having the water purifier. Unfortunately, it's not looking good here in Vault 15. There's not a whole lot that's going on down here that's actually good. Might be able to scavenge some things and some of these chests and lockers and stuff, but not much else is going on here. Alright, Ian, since you're already there, I'll just let you go ahead and take care of the little bastard. Okay, you got another little squeaky rat. Rats, rats, so many rats! So many rats! Ah, yes, Indiana Jones's father would not like this place at all. So many rats, so many rats. Yeah, he would not ever be able to get past all these rats. And of course they get an attack off, but it only does 1 damage, so not all is lost. There we go. Alright, just kind of looking around here to see if I can find anything amongst the rubble and the bones. Occasionally you do find some extra items in here that are kind of hard to spot amongst the sprites here. Alright, I think that we've gotten everything in this room. Okay, that's a pig rat. Alright, you do not see me apparently. Come on, don't you see me? You don't. Alright, I don't know what Ian is doing, but he's over there being one amongst the rats. Come on, rat, die a good death. So it looks like we aggroed a few rats. Shouldn't be a big deal though. But there are quite a few rats in here. There's just so many of them. I wish I could just fight them all at once almost and just like throw a grenade in there and blow them all up. But again, throwing, as I mentioned in the first video, is a pretty terrible skill, so I'm not going to be doing much with that anyway. Probably would need like an SMG to go ahead and just spray and pray and take them all out that way. Alright, so we got a bit of text down here. The large amount of rubble blocking this corridor looks impressive. You don't think that it can be moved, even with high-yield explosives, like dynamite or stuff like that. You are able to determine that the command and control center is definitely buried under even more rock. You'll have to look for the water chip elsewhere, which means that the place where we could have found the water chip inside this vault is like caved away and it's probably destroyed. Whatever water chip that was here. Not exactly sure what happened to this place other than things went to hell and Katrina got the hell out of here. But yeah, things went to shit here. Come on, get him. And it's like, for some reason they have a hard time noticing me, and then sometimes they don't. Alright, very good. So I got a bit of experience points at least for doing all this. So 500 experience points is no small amount, so every little bit helps. And at least we have some answers that we know that we're not going to find what we want here. Alright, let's see if we can kill this guy. Got him. There we go. Our wondrous might is working wonders for us. I'm not usually used to going with melee-oriented builds in the Fallout games, but it's working pretty well for now. We are hitting for good damage for the most part, and we're hitting pretty often because we don't have to worry about shooting from a bunch of tiles away. And we're just going to go ahead and just clear out the rest of these rats and see how much experience points that we can farm from them. Alright, another rat down. It is a little bit monotonous to kill some of these common enemies that aren't too strong, and they're going to be doing the same things over and over in combat. There's not a whole lot of strategy involved other than just kind of getting them to aggro you, come after you, and then you just kind of hit and run and keep them on their toes, make sure they can't really get a good hit off on you. Come on, there we go. And I'm going to get out of Ian's line of sight here, or his line of fire, so that way if another rat comes in, then I don't have to worry about Ian shooting me. There we go, come to Papa. Very good indeed. Alright, at least Ian didn't go after the rat that I was in the way of here. Alright, there we go. There we go, gonna have another dead rat. Not even sure how many we've killed up to this point. Well, we can actually check. I actually forget we can check here in the character screen. You can go to kills. So far we've killed 70 rats in our playthrough, which is a good deal. And we're almost ready to level up again, which is surprising, but you know, time flies when you're going ahead and on the run, having fun, doing all that. There we go, just more rats. Another day, more dead rats. I am the rat killer right now. The rat exterminator. The rat buster. Apparently that rat heard me kill his friend in from the other room. Actually, I don't want to stand here because then Ian might shoot me by accident if a rat were to come closer, but... Yep, crisis averted right before it even began. That's what I said about this game, is that you have to kind of strategically position yourself so that way if you have allies or companions that are fighting with you, then they're not going to go ahead and shoot you if an enemy closes in on you. Let's see, is there anything interesting of note in here? I know the computers aren't going to work or anything like that, but I wonder if there's any like items lying around or anything like that. It's been a really long time since I last played this game, and so I don't remember everything about what you get in certain areas or encounters and things like that. So there's some things where it'll be refreshing my memory in all likelihood. So I don't remember everything that you get in this game for different areas and encounters. So you'll go ahead and check Ian here just to see if he's doing good on ammunition here. And he's still doing alright. That's plenty enough bullets to do some rat killing. Okay, so we have a locker over here, and since we've killed so many rats, I'm going to save the game so we don't have to do a bunch of monotonous stuff anymore on this. I think that we killed all of them. Yes, we most certainly did. What is inside here? Some interesting ammo. So we have found 44 Magnum FMJ, a brick ammunition, 44 Magnum caliber. So people might recognize 44 Magnum as the gun. If you 44 Magnum, I think, would be the weapon that Dirty Harry uses in the Dirty Harry movies. It's generally considered an extremely powerful handgun, and you don't want to mess with someone who has a handgun like that. There are some other guns too that I remember that can use this ammunition, but that's just the most well-known gun that people might know of that uses that ammunition. Just figured I would go ahead and point that out. And I'm not sure if the Fallout developers had any inspiration from Dirty Harry for these games with the humor, the dialogue, or any of the encounters or characters, but I know that they were inspired by various different parts of pop culture and things like that when they were designing these Fallout games. So I know that there's a good deal of like Easter eggs and pop culture references in both of the first two games, though Fallout 2 is a bit more ripe with the Easter eggs and references that people would recognize. Let's see, what do we have in here? Alright, this is an SMG, so it's basically like the machine gun pistol. H&K MP9 submachine gun 10mm variant. A medium-sized SMG capable of single shot and burst mode. So burst mode basically means you fire a bunch of shots and you have a higher potential or a better potential for high amounts of damage with a single shot. It costs more action points to do that, but usually if you're using burst fire, it's usually worth it. If you're trying to accomplish a certain goal, like killing an enemy in one turn, and just trying to go ahead and put them out of their misery as fast as you can. Alright, so we have some explosives here. We have some grenades and some dynamite. Let's go take a look at these. A generic fragmentation grenade contains a small amount of high explosives, the container itself forming most of the damaging fragments. Explodes on contact. So grenades and throwing weapons and stuff are mainly just going to be barter bait, and you're just going to be selling them because you're not ever going to use them. In Fallout 2 you might have more of a use for grenades and stuff because you might have a better opportunity to try out different weapon types, even if they're not very good weapon types. In the first Fallout, you don't really have that kind of luxury, from my experience, to experiment with weapons that aren't very good, and once you use a grenade, it's gone forever, unlike getting high amounts of ammunition to where if you miss, you can still try again next turn. And then you have dynamite. A high explosive consisting of nitroglycerin mixed with the absorbent substance Kieselguhr, I think is how you pronounce it, Kieselguhr, or Kieselguhr, whatever it is, includes a timer. So basically with dynamite, when you use it, you can set a timer to it, and based on your traps skill here, that'll determine how well you actually set your explosives and how effective they are. Traps isn't usually a good skill, and you can just leave it behind, basically. But there are some interesting shenanigans you can do in terms of setting the timer on the dynamite then using the steal skill to go ahead and plant it on someone, then walking away from them and watching them blow up to go poof, and then watch as they get blown to smithereens. So there are some interesting shenanigans that you can do with a very specialized build. Yeah, I don't think that there was anything else over here. I think I already explored all of this area, and I don't think there's any more items to get. And I figure at this point, since I got more ammo, I'll go ahead and give some of it to Ian. The JHP ammo, give that to him. And you can see it says you plant the 10mm JHP. That basically means that if you want to use the steal skill on an unwilling target, you can plant something on them. Like, again, you can set the timer on the dynamite, then plant it on someone, then walk away. Someone might catch you in the act, and then they'll hate your guts and then turn the town against you. But if you're good enough, then you can try that kind of stuff. Alright, well, I think that we're done here. I'm not sure if I can get my rope back or not, but we'll see. Maybe I can do something. No, that's just using an item from your inventory on that little space or thing that you can interact with. What does this do? You can use a skill on it. I don't think you can even repair the elevators even if you had a good skill in it, or a multi-tool or something like that. I think it's pretty much impossible to repair certain kinds of things. Alright, well, I don't know if I can get my rope back. Let's see if I can target just the rope here. I don't think I can. Alright, so our rope's gone forever, but you know, if we need more rope, then it shouldn't be very hard to get some more. And at least we didn't have to deal with any of those ghost wall glitches like we were dealing with in the Radscorpion Cave. So pretty much everything in here is just rusted right over and is pretty useless. So we got what we could, and we found some things out today. Alright, Ian, let's blow this popsicle stand and get out of here. Now, where do we go now? Well, I think I want to avoid the raiders. I mean, technically you can go there if you really want to, but I would not recommend it. I think I'm just going to go straight to whatever that is. I think it's probably Junktown. That was indicated as probably the nearest trading hub to Shady Sands. I think I'm just going to go a little spot here, and then I'm going to save the game. There we go. How's our carry weight looking? Only 74 total pounds. So when you don't have, when you're not looking around Radscorpion tails, you have a pretty good carry weight limit. And I have a good deal of items that I can sell when I get to a bigger trading hub. See a generic wilderness area, nothing to see here. And sometimes you can just talk to your NPCs, companions here as well if you really want to. Let's try and get to some more flat ground here. We're gonna bypass the raider thing there. And I think you can do this, and if you click on this, it'll automatically take you to the location. So I can go ahead and do this and ask to take me to Junktown, since I have it marked on my map down there, and it will automatically take me there. You have to cross the mountains to get there, but you'll eventually get there. And we have a random encounter here, and alright, so we have some merchants. And some guards. Merchant and merchant. Hello, what can I do for you? Who are you? I'm Terrence, I'm a trader, so this conversation is not glitching out like the other one that we had before. What are you doing? I'm on a trip to Junktown to do some trading. I'm going to barter with him first and see if he has anything to trade before exiting this menu here. Bag, what's this? Oh, an average-sized bag made from weaved Brahma hairs. I'm not sure if you can actually do anything with bags in this game. He does have some more rope, however. I'm not sure if we'll find more. How much does it cost to buy? It's not too expensive, so I might get some rope, actually, in case I need more. Honestly, it's not a bad idea just to be safe, and if nothing else, I can always trade it back in later for a bit of money to get some of my money back. And we want as much caps as you can give us. Basically, I'm going to trade him in something that might not be very useful at all and get a bit of money out of it. While we're at it, we can just sell these grenades and see how much we can get for them. 150. Maybe we can get some fruit while we're at it. Alright, well we'll just stick with one fruit and we'll do the trade here. We're not ever going to use grenades, so we're basically getting stuff for free that we might actually use. Alright, I'm going to take a quick swig of water here for a quick break. Water is very good stuff, especially when you're traveling the wasteland, a very desert wasteland. Alright, so I guess we can, you can also talk to random NPCs with the tell me about option and ask them about stuff. So we can ask them about Junktown to see what they say. What about Merchant? That is my name. Your name is Merchant. Well, howdy doody then. That's a good name if I do say so myself. Alrighty then. Well, what about, do you know about Shady Sands? What about Caravan? Alright, well I guess he knows his name and that's about it. But it's kind of funny they actually responds to that. That's actually... yeah. Alrighty. Sure, come along. The company will be good. Oh, and another person who thinks that being armed means you're a bad person. You better put that away. Junktown is a friendly place, friend, and we want to keep it that way. Don't tell me what to do, loser boy. Put what away? I'm just going to play dumb here and just wonder what he's talking about. Your weapon, idiot. Killian won't take your arms away, but you better damn well keep them in your holster. Oh, sorry. No way, I'm not putting down my shooters for nobody, you little idiot. Okay, sorry. I'll put them away. You'd better behave, since it's the law, and I enforce the law. Put your weapon away, don't draw it unless in self-defense, and you won't have a problem with us guards. Disobey the law, and we will return you to the lawless wasteland, dead or alive. Well, I like my body the way it is, and I don't want to be dead, so... Sure, since you put it that way, but I'll barter with you before I exit this conversation. He's got a bit of ammunition in his stim pack. How much does this cost? I may not end up needing stim packs because I already have a pretty good chunk of stim packs and I have a first aid kit, so I don't know if I'll really need these. I'll just keep it for trade-in value for things I might need. Let's put our weapons away. What I might do is I'll just go ahead and I'll keep my brass knuckles in my offhand, so it's still... I don't have a weapon equipped, so but if I end up getting into combat, then I can switch to my brass knuckles if I need to. You come across a medium-sized town. A wall of junked cars blocks easy entrance. A hazy smoke lies low over the town. Hopefully it's a good kind of smoke. Hopefully it's a restaurant or something like that making some good food. I'm sorry, the gates are closed for the night because I'm an asshole. Come back in the morning. Alright, well I don't know what I should do here. I'm sorry to disturb you, sir, but I would like to enter your town. You can see that I would cause no harm. Well, I shouldn't do this, but you seem like a nice enough person. Come on in, but don't make any trouble. This is the speech skill at work, ladies and gentlemen. If you're good enough at speech, you can just tell people, hey, I mean, I didn't do nothing, and you'll succeed more often than not. So it's a very nice skill to have, because it allows you to go ahead and talk your way through shenanigans like that, which are very annoying. Because, like I said, we're on a time limit here, and we can't afford to be spending days resting just to get into a town and talk to people and do stuff. So it's very convenient to just talk your way in there like that. Time to save the game again, since we were so successful kind of sweet talking our way in here. You see a heavily muscled, scarred man with a mustache. I wonder who this could be. Can I help you, stranger? So what's there to do around here in this place called Junktown? Plenty, so long as you stay on our good side. We got Killian Darkwater's store, where you can do some trading, and there's Gizmo's Casino if you're a gambler and like to take the odds. Or if you just want a drink, you can head on over to the Scum Pit. Just don't get too rowdy. Well, I don't plan on doing it, but if I do, then I got my brass knuckles to back me up. Oh, hey, I like a rowdy time. Well, you'd best keep yourself under control. We're a free town, but we don't tolerate stepping on other people's toes. Don't cause any problems, and you won't give cause for me and my men to come down on you. Alright, well before we end this conversation, let's see what he has. Ooh. A radio, not sure if we'll ever have a use for that. A Model 2043B radio communicator from the fine people at Watts Electronics. Dependable, rugged, and camouflaged, with the optional RS-121 interface. Don't think we'll be needing that, but we might be needing these. Shotgun ammunition. This particular ammo is marked. Gauge 12 shells. Not for use by children under the age of 3. Well, I'd say not for use under the age of 13, probably. Depending. Maybe you're a farmhand and you can know how to, use a gun for hunting. For what it's worth, there are people out there in the wilderness that learn how to do those things at a very young age, like fishing and hunting and stuff. I have I have a couple family members in real life that do hunting and fishing and stuff like that in the outdoors from a fairly young age. Alright, well, I don't think they'll be able to trade for the shotgun shells. Yep, that's pretty expensive there. So I'm going to hold off on that for now. What about the dynamite? I could trade the dynamite. I don't think that I'll need the shotgun shells, though. I don't have a shotgun yet, and I don't plan on using one. Maybe if I get another companion that might be able to use one, then I can trade for those. Who are you, by the way? I'm the head of the guards here in Junktown. Name's Lars. For that matter, who are you, stranger? I'm not going to tell him to buzz off, so I'm going to tell him that I'm Vonner. Welcome to Junktown, Vonner. What can I help you with? Can you fill me in on Junktown, my good man? Me and my men here work for Killian Darkwater. We keep some order in this town, dealing with all of the murderers and thieves and other little scumbags who come in around from everywhere in the desert. If you want my advice, you'll also stay away from Gizmo. That fathead runs a crooked operation, but we just haven't been able to prove anything. He and his lackeys, the Skulls, are going to take the fall sometime soon if Killian has anything to say about it. Oh, sounds interesting. Sounds like you guys like to do a little bit of justice in this town. So what keeps you lawboys from just busting Gizmo and the Skulls? Gotta do it all proper like. We know that Gizmo runs a rigged operation and all, but we need hard evidence to bring him down. Same with the Skulls. They rough someone up, we bring one or two of them in, but nothing changes. Nothing. We just don't have any direct evidence tying them to any of the killings or muggings. Oh, they're killing people, that's not good. And muggings are also not good. Sorry, I don't mean to insinuate that either of these are not bad. They're both very bad. Maybe I can help you with that and take care of these murderers and thieves. Hell, if you can get some dirt on either of them, we'd appreciate the help. Killian's the one to talk to if you want to talk about Gizmo. But if you can get some info on the Skulls, just come back to me and the boys will take care of them. Done and done. And I guess that's all the dialogue options for him until I do something about the Skulls. Junktown peasant, what does he have to say? I'm busy, leave me alone. And we have a jail over here. I wonder what this guy says. Who are you? I'm Andrew. My job is to guard the jail. What are you doing then? I'm guarding the jail. I make sure that miscreants don't get in or out. I'm going to be a dumbass here and just see what he says here. Why would you keep people from getting in the jail? Someone might leave something to help a prisoner escape, or someone might get locked inside and stuck until we could get the keys. Oh. Well, obviously that's not good at all. Neither of those options are good. Do we have a low value item that we can sell? Like fruit, perhaps? We can get some money. Money. There we are. You have a good day and stay out of trouble. I will do that, hopefully. I have no idea where he's going. He's supposed to be guarding the jail, but he's walking away. Alrighty then. So, who are you? This is my place. Want to hang out for a while? And I guess it being green colored text there probably means that's friendly. They're talking friendly to you. And I think if it's like, Yellow is sort of neutral, and then if it's red, they're angry at you for some reason, or hostile. I don't think that there's anything interesting in here to look at. You could try pickpocketing this guy, but again, I don't recommend that, because then you can just turn people against you, and then a town hates you. And it looks like there's a hospital there. And what's going on in here? We have some different guards in here. And we'll go ahead and save the game here. Just in case taking anything from here will piss these guys off. Alright, let's see what our lockpicking skill can get us. It's 2. That is the hotkey for it. Alright, and you gain experience points for unlocking these things. Alright, so we got some sweet beverages. We got Nuka-Cola, fruit, booze, and beer. A bottle of Nuka-Cola, the flavored soft drink of the post-nuclear world. Warm and flat. Well, flat soda does not do you much good. An ancient liquor from the pre-war era. Some type of home-brewed beer. Alright. I'm going to have to go ahead and manually make sure I put all these things in here. And then let's open this thing up and see what we get in here. Bullets. Lots of bullets. Very, very good. We'll go ahead and give that stuff to Ian here. And we'll probably just go ahead and sell these Radscorpion tails. I could get them turned into antidotes, but that would take a good number of days, and going into Shady Sands for that, so I'm not going to bother. But a nice, good early game money boost, or bartering boost, for the antidotes. Watch out for Gizmo and his cronies. So I guess this is just kind of a guard hangout place, I'm assuming. I don't think there's anything else over here to get into. No. And no. What about down here? Maybe I'm missing anything. I don't think so. Hey, this is private property. You better be leaving now. If you don't get out of my way, you'll be needing the doctor for personal reasons. This person will not barter with you, so some people will just be irritated or hostile enough to where you won't be able to do any trading with them. Well, if you really want to see him, go right ahead. Alright, so I guess threatening him is, it can work sometimes. And we got some... We have a runaway Brahmin here. We got a runaway Brahmin. Don't open the door, Ian. I told you not to come back. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? I didn't do nothing. Alright, well I guess since it's nighttime, maybe he just doesn't like me coming in here at night. But I'm going to move out of the way here and get out my brass knuckles here. and wait for him to come to me. Just don't shoot me, Ian. Don't shoot me. Alright, so we got in his face a little bit there. I don't know if we're going to be able to hit this guy with Ian sitting there. I think Ian is in the way. I cannot hit him. Alright, well I'm just going to go over here and try not to get shot at. Alright, this might be cheesing the game a little bit, but I didn't even intend to get into combat here, so I'm just going to let Ian do his thing. Go get him, Ian. You can do it. This is what the game gets for forcing combat on me. Alright, now he's going to come after me now that Ian isn't blocking the damn door. I'm going to go around the corner here so that way even if he comes out of the door he's still not going to be able to hit me. I don't get paid enough for this. Alright, let's see if we can get in on the action here. I don't know if he's going to try and shoot me or not, or if he's just going to run. Alrighty, well... combat cannot end with hostile creatures. Alright, well I don't know who else could be hostile towards us. Well, we gained another level. And we got some pretty good loot here, and we have a shotgun now. Alright. So yeah, the guy shot us for a good deal of damage when we got hit with the weapon there. So they both have shotguns and they do pretty good damage. So I wonder we got. I think we got shot for like 15 damage. I might reload this because I might not want to be initiating combat with people here in town. But I mean, you can roll with it if you really want to. But I might reload the game here. Just for posterity, I'll just go ahead and see. We've killed 2 men. 2 men humanoids. Alright. And get our lockpick up and get our speech up. Speech is very useful, as we saw. And get lockpick up to 60%, and speech will just keep pumping that full of lead, making sure we can get the best out of our conversations here. Okay, so we're already fighting people. Might be a time to make sure that I can reload the game. What about an aimed strike? We're gonna go for the head. Get him. Got him. This guy can punch a lot of times, apparently. I mean, you can see as my hit points went down to a certain number, the color of this text changed to indicate, in general, how many hit points I have. So, green is in good shape. This yellowish orange will be in kind of rough shape. And then red will be in, like, critical shape. So I critically hit Gretch in the head. So Gretch was critically hit in the head for 39 hit points, and the attack crushes the temple. Good night, Gracie. So yeah, Gretch, they went down like a sack of potatoes. Now I just gotta worry about Doc Morbid here. Make sure we can get 3 attacks in here on the same turn. Ian's doing pretty good here. He has not shot me once yet. Doc Morbid has a bunch of action points, so... Yeah, I honestly don't know why his cronies decided to attack me, but it is what it is, I suppose. And we have another SMG here. It's filled with chunks of organs and body parts. And we got some food here. And it is iguana on a stick. Okay, and here we have the shotgun. A Winchester Widowmaker double-barreled 12-gauge shotgun. Short barrel with mahogany grip. I don't know if there's anything else that we can do around here other than just gather up loot, I guess. Nothing in the bookshelf. Nothing in the table. We have a locked chest here. Or a locked locker here. You failed to bypass the lock on the locker. Let's see if we can do it again. I accidentally set off a trap. Well, that's no good. I think I'm going to have to reload the game here because I don't want to be starting combat with people in town. So, yeah, I just don't want to lock myself out of options. Come on, man, you can pick the lock. You did it before. There we go. That's how it's done. So I'll have to do a little bit of backtracking here with not wanting to initiate combat unnecessarily. I just don't like doing that for the most part. You never know if you might need a doctor, or if you might miss out on like a quest of some kind, or just little things like that. Alright. So we get those again. The guy has already left the jail after we talked to him. What else? That's where the doctor is. For some reason there's more runaway Brahmin here. I don't know who opened the door. Maybe Ian did. But let's close it. Out of the way, Ian. You gotta close the door. Keep the runaway Brahmin from going out everywhere. I'm going to go ahead and save the game here and see if see what the interaction is like if I don't have to come in here more than one time. Alright, so this time we get a different response. It didn't work this time with her speech. Take your puny threats and run home to Mama. You're talking to a real man here. Alright, so I'll avoid combat here. I'll go ahead and see what happens if I can succeed on this dialogue option and talk to the doctor. Well, if you really want to see him, then go right ahead. And then damn right I will. Alright, we'll get those things. Might as well. I don't know if there's anything else to loot in there, but I'm not going to walk around while that guy hates my guts. What you down here for? Oh, your boss sent me down. Body parts ready to go to the hub, and for what? For Bob to sell, to eat. Why you ask what we use for? I wasn't sure this is where Bob got his human meat from. Yes, Stock Morbid has best human bodies around, none better. I'll be back to pick up the bodies in a little while. Goodbye. See you later, sickos. Trespasser, this is a private room. Wait. Don't try to talk your way out of this one. Alrighty then. Well, it leads to combat either way, so I'm not going to go ahead and do that. This is why I like to save often, just in case I just want to, you know, fiddle around with the dialogue options and see what can happen instead of having to play through the game an entire time again. I think I might still try and run in there just so I can grab those grenades from the bookshelf here. Okay. Let's grab these. We can sell them later, I imagine. Get out of my way, dude. Nothing in there. Alright, well, if you stick around long enough, I think he just attacks you anyway. Alright, so I'll just have to go without the extra loot in there. In either case, it's not a bad thing. Alright, we're in a different part of town here. I guess I'll go ahead and... ooh, the general store. So I think they said that Killian Darkwater, the head honcho of this town or something, is in the general store here. And I think that's his name right there, Killian Darkwater. So Darkwater General Store or something like that. Alright, well, this is getting to be a bit of a long episode here, and enough time has gone by that I think it's a good time to go ahead and call it for the night. But we'll be back another day to go ahead and continue this Let's Play of Fallout 1. And we'll go ahead and go into the general store and talk to Killian Darkwater in the next episode, so we have a bit more to look forward to in this town after taking care of things in Shady Sands and in general just doing a good deal of stuff in this part of the playthrough. Good deal of dialogue, but you know, it's an RPG, so what do you expect, right? You're not going to be shooting things all the time or using your brass knuckles. So anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode, and I appreciate you all sticking around to watch my videos on old video games like Fallout and things that I really enjoy doing and sharing with all of you. So take care, everyone, and I'll see you all next time.